We are back with our spooktacular.
Okay. Whatever.
Mom's not having a good time, but honestly, that's why I'm having a good time.
We turned it up a notch. And you think he doesn't mean it, but he does.
Oh, I want to change my movie so bad.
No.
What's your movie?
No,
he already told you.
We'll see at the end. We'll see how I feel.
Whatever.
You're a trooper, Mom. You're a trooper.
No, I'm not that much of a trooper.
Nah, you did a good.
You pushed it this time.
You did more scary.
You did a good job.
You pushed it.
You did a good job.
I promised, because I was going to bow out.
Yeah.
No, you can't do that.
You promised.
We're bound by blood.
No, you said if you kept it.
We're bound by blood.
We are bound by blood.
Yeah. You said if you kept it more light-ish. If I would do
I mean, we didn't define what light means. I think so far we've been pretty light.
Yeah, that really wasn't that bad.
No, I don't think it was.
Based on what?
I used to think it was really, really, really scary. Now
I honestly really saw it because I think the first time I saw it, we're doing 13 Ghosts, people. In case no one knows, it is a remake, by the way. I don't know if you knew that, but it is a remake. I just found that out like a couple of days before we watched it.
When
I was
with that. No, I think I remember hearing that. I didn't see the original anyway.
I think that's probably why there is a movie like The 13th Ghost of Scooby-Doo or some shit like that, because it's probably like a Scooby-Doo-esque version of that shit. But yeah, this is a remake, and the first time I seen this like in 2006.
Oh,
like I was late.
1960 film.
Yeah, I was late to the train on this one.
Now that's probably scary as hell.
What, the original?
1960. Yeah. That stuff be looking crazy.
I know all those people are like, these effects. Yeah.
Look, this
I don't know why everybody.
Bad. It's got a skull in the picture of it.
That actually is a much better. Yeah, that does look scary, actually. That looks legit. Because
they had a mystique in older movies that kind of just it put a creepy factor on things.
Well, I feel like with this movie, it wants to be really creepy, but it's struggling to find its identity as why it should be. Yeah. And I think that's kind of like the way I remembered it, and then watching it is like, oh no, this wasn't it. This wasn't the movie. This isn't the same movie I saw.
It's actually a little lighter than I remember.
It's a lot lighter, honestly. I get it, Mom. You don't think it was?
I wouldn't say light, but to your point, it didn't deliver that kind of the air that you needed with it, the overall tone
of a horror movie.
It was just stuff happening, but it wasn't like that. It wasn't creating that.
No ambiance.
Yeah, no. I'll say that. Yeah, and for me, thank God it was.
And I think story wise, it just everything here fell flat. Like it is. It's like
the story was.
It's poorly written and even worsely executed, in my opinion, because it feels like you thought you had this really good idea, but it's really stupid.
You know what it is? It's clunky. You know what I mean? And how it moves from whatever it's doing to the next thing it's doing. But it just kind of goes and goes to the next thing.
I also think that it doesn't know what it's moving to. Like, it has this idea, and it's like, but what does that mean? Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like no one knows. It doesn't
connect things well at all.
Because even like at the start of this movie, we're in this junkyard. We find out that Dennis is psychic, but barely. Like, he's just like,
we see him having headaches and stuff. And
we're like, yeah, what is going on with you, dude?
Yeah, it's like they want to bring us in the midst of something happening, but still,
because they keep talking like we know what the hell they're talking about,
but don't present things good enough to. So the first part, while that's all happening, while they're talking, we're just like listening to random conversation, to be honest.
It's Cyrus and Dennis, and Cyrus is like, yeah, we're here to get a ghost. And Cyrus is like, yeah, I think there's a ghost here. And he's like, yes, get the containment cube. He was like, wait, you didn't say anything about this, even though it's very clear that we've done this multiple times. Yeah. So how do you not know?
Yeah.
Fool you 10 times.
Well, at least this would be the 12th because they're looking this. They're getting the 12th ghost, and then we get these other two losers show up, and he was like, "No, you can't do this. Ghosts have rights." Ghosts have rights.
For Rose, Peter for Ghost.
Okay, see that and that scene that was really weird to me.
That's just the whitest
It was
thing
like,
I've
this
ever
is-
seen in my life.
This is modern day slavery. I'm
Yeah,
like,
don't ever. You are comparing ghosts to people. I am not going that far ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Ever.
That
is insane. You talk about all the whole Ghostbusters movie is them trapping ghosts in that stupid little box. Like, no, not once did anyone be like, "This is modern day slavery." Like, no, this is crazy.
Stop.
This is crazy that they even.
Well, Zool gave them a bad name.
I mean, there were other bad ghosts too.
Yeah, there are also. Yeah,
Yeah.
Both those movies, they had a whole montage of ghosts doing ghost shit.
Yeah, just being nasty.
Just
eating
being
food,
ghosts.
Slime and stuff.
That coat though always kind of scares me a little bit. When the coat turns into like demon gerbils or whatever. In the second one, do you see that one? In the second one, when the goo starts infecting everything, and this lady's wearing this fur coat.
Oh, heck
and
no.
she walks over the grate and it gets a little goo
Oh,
on it,
yeah, yeah,
and all of a
yeah,
sudden it just turns into like a
Ew.
fucking coat with four heads. It's like,
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
nasty.
yeah, it freaked me out because I'd be like, dang, if she didn't take that coat off,
Ew.
nigga, it'd have been a done deal.
Like that lady with the stuff on the back of her in the the girls one with the in the hotel.
Oh yeah, that was pretty
Ew,
gross.
that was
That
gross.
was pretty gross.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, back in the junkyard.
Back to the junkyard.
They
Yeah,
bring this cube out. Everybody's getting prepared for something. You see a car flip just out of the air, and people are still there with guns and stuff. Like,
but also they do this thing. This is why it's so stupid. This movie is confusing at times because Dennis is like acting like he's never done any of this before, but they've trapped 11 other ghosts previously,
Yeah.
and he has helped. He has clearly
Yeah.
helped.
This is-
But he goes, "What is the truck of blood? Like, how have you been luring ghosts this whole time?" I feel like this is
So I think he was trying to. I think what they were trying to indicate is this guy is going over the top. Like whatever they were doing before probably wasn't near what this is.
I don't know. It feels like the blood leaves him out. Like that's clearly what's been happening. I don't know, but whose phone is that, Mom? That better not be.
My
It's
phone
up.
doesn't ring like that.
oh no, I know whose that is.
Whose phone is that?
His dad's.
Jeez, why is it so loud?
It's sitting out there. Sounds like an office phone.
God, yeah, it does. So why does he have that generic ass ringtone? But yeah,
You
so
think
but
messaging him is gonna? He's not gonna answer that message.
because his phone's in there.
Are we sure it's not in there?
No, it's in there.
Oh, that's what it is. Oh.
That's what I'm saying. You're gonna message his phone's in there.
All right, is
Yeah.
it over?
But who cares? Anyways, yeah, it's weird because it's just a lot. Like he's so I don't know what's going on, but it's like how can you not?
Maybe he's like, he wanted to stop, and he kept going, and he's like, "Oh man, this is just ridiculous," and he's just pointing out.
I also
how
don't like
ridiculous
these
it is.
stupid glasses.
Yeah,
They
'cause
get
they don't
kind-
look special. That's
Yeah,
for
they
sure.
just look like
They got lights.
bad. They look like when you go to the shooting range and you have to wear those glasses. Like that's pretty much it.
That's exactly.
And they'd be
what
like,
it's
"No, they let you see ghosts," and I'm like, "How?"
You know, they lets off rays.
Man, look, it's so stupid, and it's just like I get it, but it's also like the most inconvenient thing in this movie.
It
Like
is.
over and over, and as soon as I saw those glasses, I was like, "This is going to be a major plot point in this movie." Like,
they really, literally,
They're a character.
look like
they're just
look
They
like
just picked.
science lab friggin'
Yeah, they are.
glasses.
somebody strapped a light to
At
them.
least make them look like something to make me believe they got some special something. That just looked
Yeah,
ridiculous.
you
They,
might.
they should have looked high tech.
Yeah, a little
they
bit.
didn't look high tech at all.
No, they look cheap. They look like
Literally, like you can get them at the 99-cent store.
they did get them at the 99 cent
They
store.
probably did.
This whole movie looks really cheap at times,
Yeah,
man.
and then
it
there's
looks
that.
really
so
cheap.
I didn't see it back when it was
2001.
when it came out.
Oh, to the
But yeah, it looks pretty low budget, and
Yeah.
and then the acting to boot.
yeah.
I mean, the only name in there was Tony Shalhoub and the other dude,
Matthew
from-
Lillard.
Yeah,
Best actors in there.
Yeah, though I mean, well, they were acting.
yeah. I was gonna say the only actors
They
in
were-
there. Oh, and what's his name? F. Murray Abraham, of course.
Who?
That's the
Oh, yeah.
So-
Sure.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
no.
I wouldn't say
He's a good actor.
He probably is, but he wasn't showing it here. This looks like he needed a new bathroom somewhere. It was just like it was like, yeah, I'll do your ghost movie.
Yeah, he's one of those.
I've been meaning to remodel anyway.
It's just crazy.
It's so bad, and it just because he even talks like he's trying to do a bad Vincent Price impression because he's just like, you know what's going on in here. Like, dude, what do you just like binge watch Frasier? Like, what's going on?
You know, for a long time, if you're wealthy, that's how you talk. That's how
and
Hollywood portrays.
No
you
matter
talk.
where you're from,
He's wearing
you
a
gotta talk
stupid
like
ascot
that.
and everything.
You gotta have an ascot. Yeah,
And a cane.
Yeah,
It's a
He
whole
has no
thing.
limp, nothing. He just needs a
that's what
cane.
everybody does.
It is a whole
I hate this guy.
persona.
I hate this guy. Anyways, they find this ghost. Shit just starts going crazy. It's this big ass fucking Andre the Giant looking ghost knocking everybody
so
around.
That was the Juggernaut.
The Juggernaut.
Juggernaut.
Okay.
Yeah. He looks pretty.
Not the
scary.
cool one
I don't know.
from
he's
X-Men.
kinda scary.
I don't know.
Oh, not
yeah,
not that
the cool one.
Juggernaut.
Yeah, not that Juggernaut.
No, but
Yeah.
Movie could have
So
used
that's
the Vinnie
after
Jones.
that.
so people got killed and stuff like that.
There's a bunch of
Oh, yeah.
and this is
The people who came with them,
the majority of
crew,
the deaths in this movie happen here, and they're like not even real deaths. It's just like people getting thrown here and there.
Oh
like
no, there's one guy.
there's that one
yeah.
guy.
He got pushed between
Gets
the cars.
folded.
He folded between the cars. That was pretty bad, actually.
That was pretty bad,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was very.
And then the
bad.
guy in the cube, he's getting his ass.
Oh yeah,
beat.
that was it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he's all like hitting him. Let him go. Like
I was
no,
like, you-
This
that's
is
all
it.
right.
It's
What do you-
over. Do you see all
You're
that
just
blood?
gonna yell, let him
Yeah.
go, and he's like, "Oh, you know,
And
my
it-
bad."
I don't know what this other guy's name was, but he dies. One of the PETA dudes.
Oh,
Oh,
the
yeah.
guy.
her husband, I guess, or whatever he
What?
was to her. Maybe they weren't. I don't know. It's never. Nothing is ever actually
Yeah, it wasn't
specified,
very
so it doesn't
defined,
help.
No.
Just something
But
that
he's
was-
dead. And she's like, he's dead. Oh my God. And Cyrus is dead. Ah.
Yeah.
just like that.
That's how everybody found it.
So then we leave that scene, and it comes to a scene where it's,
Well, it's opening credits while also trying to
Oh,
tell the
well-
story.
Well, also, did we say that he got locked in the cube after beating the guy in it?
Well, yeah, he was beating the shit out of that guy in the cube.
In the cube, and that's how they locked him.
They locked him in the cube.
Yeah,
So remember, guys, cubes, they will come back.
with Latin writing.
So much in Latin. I said this during the movie, man, but I feel like the ancient Latins must hate everyone right now because it's like every time there's a ghost or a demon or something, all of a sudden Latin is the cure, the source, the reason. It's like, no, why us? What do we do?
They probably did the least amount of communicating with paranormal.
Is it just because it's like the first language that was like written down, or what? What's the deal?
or more a lost language, if you will.
Yeah,
So if you
yes.
use something, you're going to use something that people are not
That's still messed
using
up.
daily now.
It's just like, hey, write some Latin on that because it stops ghosts. You hear that, Latins? You guys are evil.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's terrible. I don't like it.
I mean, I think all stuff before a certain like black and white pictures and all that time before me. That's
I would just
evil.
make up a language. I'd be
regular black and white pictures of family members. I hate it. It's evil.
no. I think you might be onto something. Man. Yeah, that's some like creepy shit.
Yeah, I hate looking at black and white photos. It's just
Especially because nobody's smiling.
yeah, it's so weird. Like, nobody was like, you know what? I want to be happy when I look back. No,
Did you guys not? Were the people just not happy, or were they not allowed to smile
That's what
before
I
color, or
imagine.
what? What's the deal?
I imagine people were not happy in this time. I'm like,
Well, I definitely
you feel
imagine.
like they were really in black and white. That's what the problem is.
I did when I was younger. When I was a kid, I really did think things were.
I
just
did
black
too.
and
I
white.
did too.
I 100% did. I lived in color and watched I Love Lucy in black and white and thought that they were just still in black and white.
No, I was like,
I was
nobody,
also a dumb kid.
nobody had color.
I believe some weird shit. so
I thought of a few things, but I don't want to pick them up.
but they did. So they're doing like the opening credits is like, oh look, there's a family. Oh no,
Yeah.
something's happening. Oh no, there's a fire. Oh no, the family's not very happy anymore.
Wife dead.
Oh no, the dead wife.
mother.
And mother.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a whole thing.
Yeah, it was. It,
I put
It was a whole thing in like 5 seconds.
in my
it
notes.
was just crazy.
I put cut to cute little fam gets dark, mother dies.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now we got a dead mom situation.
and I put a family torn apart after wife is killed in fire.
I put discombobulated fam with hood nanny.
I just put opening credits, house fire.
The hood nanny.
Yeah, so they end up, the wife dies in the fire.
They're adjusting. They lose the house, I guess. I don't understand that situation because they never explain what any of them do for work.
Because at some point in the movie, when I don't want to give away too much, but
go ahead.
When he's talking to her as the ghost, and he's like, I'm nothing without you.
Get your shit together, man.
He couldn't handle anything.
She probably handled all the finances,
everything
and did all the laundry.
That's fair, but still, like, God, you can't lose the house and then go into that tiny studio apartment that you hire a nanny a nanny character to handle this shit. She clearly don't give a fuck about this job. She also lives there, apparently, at least so we know.
Maybe she's working just to live there and eat. That's it.
Hey, it is
that's obvious. But what's their reasoning? Because what are they getting out the deal?
Somebody to watch his kid, but shouldn't he be in like first grade or something?
I have other reasons, but I'm not gonna get into
anyway.
Oh my gosh,
that's what I think.
That was Raw Digger.
Raw Digger. Jersey's finest.
And it just became a thing where she's just around. He's like, you might as well watch my son.
Well, she's family. She's essentially family at this point. And it's actually the best dynamic in this entire movie.
It's true.
Because everything else is so the kid is so morbid. He's up there was a decapitated head doing his own little news report and shit. And I'm just like, so we're just all okay with this. Like, I understand letting kids express themselves, but there's got to be like a time and a place. We're eating breakfast, and he's talking about decapitated heads.
He was talking about his sister was a hoe, and she's like, "No, I prefer."
He said, "Don't call you."
Bitch.
She said, "Don't call your sister that," and she's like, "Thank you." She's like, "I prefer the term bitch,"
and then proceeded to try and explain to him what the difference between a hoe and a bitch was.
Wow!
And here's Tony Shalhoub like, "Hey guys, come on!" And then he loses his shit. He goes to 0 to 100 real quick because he's just like, "Oh, my family, they're so quirky." Then he hits a scooter or something. He's like, "God damn it, Billy, you son of a bitch!"
His name's Bobby.
The Bobby
said,
Billy.
Damn it, Bobby.
Yeah, he does. He hits him with a damn it, Bobby. And he's just like, I could have killed myself on this goddamn scooter. He's like, my bad, Dad. I'm sorry. He's like, don't be sorry. You do better, you little shit. And
he spilled his coffee on him. I understand how that feels.
No,
when you're like running late and then something like a toy trips you
that
up.
0 to 100, though, had everyone in that house shooketh. Like, they were all like, okay.
And then comes the knock on the door.
This creepy ass lawyer.
I mean, that was the creepiest knock
Let's describe
ever.
his look real quick.
Yeah, it's okay.
He looked like he was made.
I was gonna say, like, you know how when people die and they hire people to make them look good? He looks like that.
Yes, but walking.
But like walking.
Yeah, what the heck?
His eyes don't move. He's just like,
He's
hi, I'm a lawyer.
He's got an abnormally smooth face.
Not a single hair is out of place. This guy creeps me out. I don't like it. I would punch him just for coming to my door.
He's the lawyer. He was expecting him for whatever reason.
He was
I don't know. I think he thought he was for a different reason, though.
I think he did too.
Yeah.
Because he was like, oh, thank you're here. He was like, wait, why do you think I'm here? I don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
I have this really bad laptop with the video on it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play it, and it's
turns out that Cyrus, the guy who I think we didn't mention that Cyrus died.
We did.
We
did.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, he did.
He was dead.
So
I did funny voices.
F. Murray Abraham.
So, what this weird smooth guy's name is Ben, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you got that? I didn't even.
Yeah, no, I got that. One.
All right, cool.
And
I didn't get that.
He was explaining that he represents, I guess, what's
his estate.
Yeah, his uncle's estate, which is Cyrus. Cyrus happens to be Arthur's uncle.
Yo, Cyrus is an evil name. Just to throw that out there.
It's so funny. In Trailer Park Boys, the guy who they hate so much, his name is Cyrus too.
Solomon Grundy's name was Cyrus Gold before he was killed and turned into a zombie.
Oh my gosh, what?
And then there's Billy Ray Cyrus and Miley Cyrus. Cyrus is a pretty evil name.
Wow.
Where does this come from? What does Cyrus even mean?
Evil?
I believe it. So anyway,
don't look it up. Let's just have fun with the evil.
I gotta know.
Okay, so the uncle, he's got a video that he plays or whatever, and he's like, "Hey, you're watching this? I'm dead."
But this video is bad because it keeps stopping and coming back on.
He stopped for the perfect amount of time for him to open the key up and be like, "What's this?" And he was like, "The key to your new house." Like he's talking to them.
It is so fucking bad because it's just like it is. It not only he's not pausing, the video just cuts out.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Here's the thing," and then it comes back in. He's like, "Oh, also, yeah."
No, he was on the screen the whole time.
No, he wasn't. It cuts out. Me and Mom kept saying that. Why did the video keep cutting out?
Really? I thought
It was almost like somebody pushed a little minimize tab and then pushed the maximize tab back up. It did that like twice.
Maybe.
And I was just like, this is so stupid.
But it's so stupid how it's perfectly timed.
Oh, well, what is it, Mom? What is it?
It's not evil.
What is Cyrus?
It's several things. Like one, it says
Where is it?
Persian original meaning throne. Then
Evil.
there's also derived from the Greek form of the Persian name Karush, which could be from Kur, meaning son,
Or
S-U-N.
like David Koresh. Huh?
Also could
Evil.
be from Greek Kyrios, meaning Lord. It's
sounds
powerful.
very colonizer-y to me.
But that actually makes sense because people who want power and to be
so
over
they probably
everything.
did that purposely.
Or not.
Yeah,
I feel like when you went with like certain horror movies, they're not thinking about this shit. They were just like, what's an eerie, old, rich sounding name? Cyrus, yeah.
But it comes down to, why do you think that name sounds so eerie? What does it relate to?
I don't know.
When you hear it.
It was either going to be that or like Thaddeus. Those are your choices.
The heck does that even mean? We're not gonna look that
Yeah,
up.
we're not doing that, Mom.
We're not going down the rabbit hole.
So after he's explaining, and as they're asking, well, where is it? Well, stupid questions out loud. Somehow he's answering through the video right after.
Well, they
Perfect
show like some of the house, which is real bullshit because this house doesn't look like a house. First off, just because it has some
Just
bedrooms
on
and a
that
bathroom,
video,
it doesn't look like a house.
It doesn't.
And they're just like, oh, we all get our own rooms, and I'm like, you saw two.
So
How did
first of
you-
all, the way that looked, even on the video,
I'm not doing it.
did not look like
Yeah.
a place
Yeah.
I would want to
I
be.
don't want a glass
so what they
house.
were trying to put across was they were so desperate because they were living in this little
Squalor.
yeah, and that they needed, it's like, oh, a house, So, but the place just on the video already, I would have been like, so he gave it to us, right?
Why?
So we can do whatever we want with it.
Exactly. And that I'd have been like, yeah, we could get a different house that's not, because he was like, where is it? Oh, it's all the way on the outside of town.
And
Nobody
he's like,
lives there.
yeah,
No neighbors.
no
Your
neighbors
nearest
for
neighbor
miles.
is 15 miles
yeah.
away.
See, that
And
was-
grocery shopping,
Nope, nope,
forget
nope.
about it. Like,
definitely selling that.
no, I'm selling that shit.
right? No, and that's like, how are you selling that? I wouldn't have told, like, you didn't even do it subtly, like, don't tell them,
Nah.
oh, it's great, it's this, it's like, it's out in the middle of nowhere, nobody's gonna hear you scream.
You know what's crazy? They tried to make that house seem bigger than it was, but if you really looked at it, it really was not big at all.
No, the outside for sure look like it does make it look like it's big, but you only literally see that one
yeah.
part of the house.
Yeah.
So it's
It's
like,
not.
and then when you get in there, I'm like, how are y'all getting lost? Yeah, it's not that big.
It's
The
really
basement
not.
is all the room. It's just glass everywhere.
It's
That's
just, it was like when they were in the middle, like you could see all the rooms.
they literally
surrounding
didn't
it.
go anywhere.
Yeah,
They
they
literally-
tried to make that house seem like it was
Yeah.
the hugest thing
It
ever.
was bad. It was bad.
But anyways,
And then so they decide to go check the house out. This is the part I would have left the moment we saw that this was a literal glass fucking house.
Yeah.
And B,
Yeah.
when he put that key in and started doing all kinds of weird shit.
yeah, I'd have been like, no, this house is gonna lock me in there.
Yeah, I don't
I would have immediately thought that.
Like, nope. If
See,
I'm gonna have a
you
hard
guys,
time
you
getting
guys went
out-
to the extreme. I'm just worried that if I have to pee, and I'm like, "Come on, door, come on."
You're definitely gonna soil yourself.
No, yeah, I'm gonna pee right there. I'm gonna pee on the side of this house. Now I
Then
got
you
glass
this
pee string.
random. Then you got this random dude, aka working for the electric company,
And
over
he's
there.
not even
He just
believable.
I know.
Happens.
He was
to
like,
be
"I work
there.
for the electric company, man." He's like, "Oh yeah, what electric company, huh?" Like he doesn't seem believable at all. He's just like, yeah, this building knocked out half the power to who? No one lives around here. We already established that.
See, and that's the thing. It's like, why didn't they catch that? Like what?
They needed something. Real
He was
quick.
like, come on, man, don't bust my balls. I've only been on this job for 3 weeks. I was like, and why are you the one? Hey, Mom.
Oh, that's mine.
That's you.
wow, Mom, your phone,
and it's-
your phone, you could just hang up.
and it's scam likely.
Silencio.
Silencio.
That was the tablet.
That's
I
not
didn't
Spanish,
expect
right?
it to
It's
do
not
that.
Spanish.
That is.
Literally.
Yes.
What,
My God.
Silenzio? Yeah.
Wow.
What, did you just say it like that? Please don't say it like that.
What?
Yeah, you got to say it weird.
Oh.
Silenzio.
With no, I said it like a true American.
Like a gringo.
Silenzio.
So yeah, so they get to this house. They open this door.
Wait. I got a question.
Yeah, go for it.
Who the hell keeps up with cleaning all those windows?
Ooh, for
That is
real.
also a very good question.
Yes.
And that must take a lot.
I will say this.
But
Depending on the pay, I'd take
technically,
that job. Because that's going to be a good one.
wasn't
That's
it
gonna be
like
a
a
long
smart
day.
house?
I don't know. And that's another thing. I don't need a smart house. That's scary as hell.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I saw that
You know
movie,
what?
Smart
I
House.
did see that movie, Smart House.
I
Also saw, was it Hal? Whatever that fucking shit is with that. It's another thing.
don't know, but I have
don't-
I had that little whatever, that Echo,
That Alexa joint.
whatever the
That
heck.
scares me.
And I'm like,
Just
I
be
just,
listening to you,
Yeah,
waiting
and
for you to say
I
them.
never used it. I was just like, I can't. It's just,
Like it's gonna come alive and start.
I mean,
saying
our
some
phones could be doing it, but
I'm ready.
I can be.
I'm ready.
I can knock that out of my head. But
No,
knowing
when the-
this thing is just sitting there
When
waiting
the
for me to say
robot
something.
uprising happens, I'm ready.
I'm not ready for
I'm fucking ready.
iRobot. Not ready
I
for
am
that.
100% ready. I played a game called Binary Domain. It's really good. It's about killing robots.
Okay,
Wow.
But anyway,
Little
so
too
they're
overzealous
in
about
this
that.
house and everyone does the thing where they're like, whoa, oh,
And
to
I'm
look
like-
at glass.
Yeah, like what was so?
yeah, it honestly was
I just don't
ugly,
get
and
it.
all the
It was
furniture
very
was
ugly.
It was
within
ugly. It
They
was,
hadn't even gotten to furniture yet. Like they were just looking at glass and they're like, this house is beautiful. I was like, why? I am lost.
like
Just
what is
'cause
beautiful
it's something
about
you
it?
don't see.
Yeah, it's ugly. And then Dennis is like, oh, where's your basement? Oh, it's down the hall to the right. I was like, that's not how basement works.
Apparently, that's how that basement works.
Since this whole house is glass, look down. You'll be able to find a goddamn basement. That's it. Yeah, so he find,
Let's talk about the first room when they enter. The room has a spinning floor.
yeah, I'm already out
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that freaked me out.
with like weird Zodiac shit all over it.
Yeah, and he there you go, Bobby. He's about to step on it, and then Arthur stops him like, "What the hell are you doing?"
He picks him up basically.
He was like, "Hey, you watch your step, kid."
So if I had to do that, I would have been like, you know what?
He was
We'll
like,
look at it
"Nobody
from the
touch,
outside."
nobody touch anything because everything in here looks really expensive." He said, "Not until we get insurance on." I'm like,
Okay, well,
No.
first of all, you know there was already insurance. Like
"That's not how." Yeah, it's like, come on, that's
like-
you're inheriting the house. You're not gonna have to re-get the insurance, right? I don't know how this works.
Me
I don't know.
neither.
It's like-
I can't say.
I
whether
never
that's true or
inherited
not.
a house.
I'm like,
I don't have
I'm not
a
sure.
rich uncle somewhere who's about to die. But so we get there and he's like, okay, hey, we could do some paperwork here. He's like, all right, family, you guys don't move. And it's like,
oh my
at the
God.
moment
Why-
he,
that part made me
Why
so
didn't he
mad.
just say, "Hey, get in here with me"?
Yep, y'all, we would have all went together. I wouldn't trust
Yeah.
them kids.
the moment he said that, we were all
Definitely not.
like, they're gonna move. And the first thing they do, they move.
yeah.
No fucking way.
Yep.
And then, you know what? Okay, this is what always blows my mind about scary movies, right? I guess, because I don't know. In real life, wouldn't people be more scared to be roaming around places like that by themselves?
Oh yes. Look, you guys. I thought I got lost in that apartment in Monrovia. Like, could you guys left me? I looked around. I went downstairs. I was like, "Mom, Dad." Even that's not a huge place, but I freaked the hell out. Please do not
fair.
leave me.
Yeah, no. I
it
mean,
is. It is like
it's like
I
all of
wouldn't
a
do it.
sudden people just do crazy stuff in movies. Like, but then I know there are people
Yes.
that will be adventurous because
I'm gonna get a button that just
Certain-
goes white people.
because this is why we say, what did we say about this is why you don't see many scary movies with black people,
Just like black.
just black
horror
scary
movie.
because
Yeah.
it'll be over with a quickness
Because even like in a regular horror movie, you have to write people as stupid in order for these situations
Yeah.
to happen.
Black
Especially
people be
like,
like,
for slashers,
Stupid and fearless.
Supernatural is a little different because it's usually beyond your control.
Right.
But like slashers, like
Yeah.
Scream. Come the fuck on. The most realistic in all of those screams is when fucking Dwayne
Yes,
Martin was
yes. The
like, one
beginning of the
person was
movie,
dead,
he
I
was
am out.
and you didn't see him till the end
When,
of the
yep,
movie.
when they caught the killer and everything, he
He
came
was
back.
like-
He was like, all right, I'm ready to work.
You ain't got to tell a black person twice.
Nah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like
Nah.
you have to write
They
people
got
as
multiple
stupid.
warnings. These guys got multiple warnings.
But
and they're
then,
just like,
but there
I don't
was
know.
I think there was a black girl in Scream 2, and she was part of the college, and she ends up getting killed, of course.
Well, yeah, duh.
Fucking stupid. Man. Fucking-
No, but it's just the idea that you wouldn't look. It's been the running joke forever. Oh shoot, if that was me, you ain't gonna be there. That's just the bottom line.
Hell, the beginning of Scream 2 starts with the killing of 2 black people. The moment that I heard that shit, I was like, I'm getting out of this
Yeah,
goddamn
it's
town,
terrible.
man. This shit is happening. I'm not doing it, buddy.
Yeah,
I'm
out.
not.
I'm out. But they get it. So the girl, because I'm tripping off the girl.
Wait, time out real quick.
What?
Okay, so the beginning of Scream 2 starts with them at a movie called Stab.
Yeah.
How long could the first Scream situation have happened between Scream 2 to where they are comfortable having this movie while Sydney is still alive?
Yeah, that's
That's
terrible.
fucked up.
Yeah.
People move on pretty quick.
That is fucked up. Like, yeah, it couldn't have even been like a couple of years. You have to wait 10. Bare minimum 10. You can't tell your
And even then, flashbacks.
And she got nothing. They were just like, we're just going to make this movie anyways. And everybody was dressed up and shit in the theaters.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not going to this theater for
Heck
sure.
no.
That's how you get stabbed. Because everybody thought it was
Yeah.
part of the show. When Jada got
Yep.
stabbed, they were just like, yeah.
Yeah.
They were like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, good show. I was like, I'm here to watch a movie, not the show.
Hell
Yeah, no, I would believe it. Even if there's somebody put on the show, I would believe it.
Yeah,
and I'd be out of there quick.
Nope.
I'd be
nope,
like,
nope.
yeah.
I'm like, all right.
I was like, you know how I know this is fake? Because that's a black woman right there. Nope. This is not part of the show. We have to get out of here. We have to get out of here.
Yeah.
She is not playing.
No.
Nope.
No. But yeah. But I'm saying because the girl, the daughter, just
Dumbass.
yeah.
And then separated from
I
everybody.
mean, how did what?
because she saw this.
This movie
ugly
is
ass
hard to
bedroom.
keep on the timeline because so much stuff has happened
Yeah,
separately.
it is. So we're all over the
Let's-
place.
so
but
let's
it's
talk
crazy.
about- let's
Kinda
talk-
going back and forth.
Yeah,
like,
so let's just talk about this daughter and what she does because she's a fucking moron. She is just going off on her own. She doesn't think, like you said, it was weird, and I think it's super weird when
she
movies do
looked
this.
at this
but
room
she's
and she spun and she did a little spin around.
she's going, yeah,
Like,
she's in the
oh.
bedroom and she's like, she lands on the bed. By this moment, Matthew Lillard goes down, and we realize that some of the ghosts are being released, but he doesn't know that yet.
Well, no, they're not being released yet.
No, not yet.
Not
when
yet.
he first goes.
Well,
down
one
there.
of them is. He just doesn't know it until he takes Raw
Yeah, that's
Digger
right.
down
Yeah,
there.
That's right. That's right.
One of them is released, and the one who is released is the one who is like stalking fucking what's her name? Stalking the daughter. A little bit?
the chick,
Yeah.
Yeah. The naked.
and then she
ghost.
kept saying sorry, and you never got a real explanation for that. Like, why is she saying I'm sorry?
Yeah. So
No reason.
so I mean, while all this happened, Dennis goes down.
The
He-
angry princess. That's her name.
Yeah. There's on the DVD, there's actually like a story for each of them and what happened and why they were chosen and stuff like that. And it's actually literally like the only cool part of that whole thing.
I
But
didn't know that.
it's you could probably find it on YouTube now.
Yeah,
But it's
probably.
actually like the only interesting part that helps me understand this story at all. Because other than that, I have no idea I still don't know what's going on. And we just watched it yesterday.
Oh,
Or
no.
Sunday.
Okay. So you were out of order. Naked Girl didn't get released yet. I know because I wrote all this in order.
Okay.
So when Arthur leaves to sign the papers, Dennis is down in the basement. He's getting
Fucking
headaches.
around.
He's getting headaches. He puts the glasses on and he sees all the ghosts trapped in the cubes. This is when all the ghosts are still in the cubes.
Oh, and he's like, "Oh my god,
And then-
Cyrus, you fucking idiot! Why would you keep him? You got
Yeah.
that psychic
Yeah.
stuff."
That's when he runs and interrupts the signing between Arthur and Ben. And he tells Arthur,
Because now he's in a suit.
yeah, he's telling Arthur, and Arthur doesn't believe him. He's like, "You need help." He's being
I
all,
No,
mean-
he was still in the thing right then. He didn't take that off.
No,
till
he
after
still
that.
had
Oh,
the suit on, yeah.
I thought he took it off.
And Arthur touches him, and boom, he gets these headaches with the visions and stuff about what happened with his wife. So at this point, he finds out some things about him, like his wife dying and stuff like this. And the fam, while they're exploring the rooms, I guess Ben, this is when he walks down. He's like, okay, everything's
Creepy
signed.
lawyer.
He walks down like a
Yeah.
weirdo to the basement. And he knows about the ghost. You see him; he's got the glasses on, and he's like insulting the ghost
He's
as
talking
he passed.
shit.
Yeah,
He's like, "Nice tits."
like, why would you tempt them? I'm like, just because they're locked up in cubes don't mean shit. I'm a just expect that they can get out regardless.
Right.
I'm not gonna be lingering around no spirits
Nah.
like that. Not me. But he grabs this suitcase from the room. It's got a room filled with gears that are turning, and he picks up a suitcase, and this lever comes up. And it looks like he doesn't realize it. And
He doesn't realize because he's so blinded by his greed that when he lifted that suitcase up, it took it off.
Triggered something.
Yeah, it opened something, obviously.
Yeah. And that's when
Or
gears start
started
turning. And this is when the naked girl,
Okay, you're right.
the angry princess gets out of the cube and she walks out and he sees her and he walks backwards to his doom, basically.
Yeah.
This is when
He gets split in half.
Yeah.
What did she say? Oh, dang.
Some stupid joke talking about half off or some shit like that.
Oh,
It's pretty
What
bad.
was it? Damn.
I don't know. It was pretty bad, but goddamn.
But yeah, so he got split in half by these glass doors that just went shoop.
Ugh.
And that was the end of him. And the money? Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
So then, yeah, the ghost gets out, and that's why I put he splits. The creepy lawyer gets split in half. Bobby goes down to the basement because Bobby's a fucking idiot kid riding his stupid scooter because he was racing with
And
what's her
he's not
face.
scared.
Oh, and this is all while his sister's being a weirdo in that room that she thought was so
She's just
special.
looking at herself. She's in the fucking mirrors and shit.
Yeah, she's in the mirror looking at herself, just putting her hair behind her ears multiple times. Like, what the hell's that all about?
And that lasted too long. That was
And she
like
was
5
smiling
minutes
like
worth
a
of that
weirdo.
shit.
Yeah, she was smiling like a
That's
weirdo.
so stupid.
Like, creep. And then she goes to the bathtub. Why? Who knows? But anyways, the ghost that she does not see because she doesn't have the glasses on at this point, the angry princess.
Right.
She's bathing in blood, what she doesn't see. And she sees her turn on the faucet in the tub. And she starts using that water to splash her face. Like, first of all, there was a sink.
There's a perfectly good sink right there.
Sink right in front of you. And she's just splashing her face like a freaking
Weirdo.
commercial, some kind of commercial.
It's creepy. And she's smiling and everything. I'm like, what is happening here? Like,
Even the ghost girl, she's getting pissed. She's
It
the
makes
angry-
you wonder.
does she have some sort of weird fetish that we don't know about?
I'm just saying.
Probably.
You know what? It's funny because you said that like some kind of commercial. I mean, you see that all the time. I never learned to do that. I'm like,
Because black people
don't
don't look
think-
like that when we rinse our face. We just
Yeah.
go,
I'm not smiling.
yeah, we're not like going,
But that's all
Butterface,
commercials.
rub it.
All commercials want you to think that everything is just the happiest experience of your life. It's like,
Like
oh,
extra.
here's was like scope, and they'd be like smiling while fucking rinsing their mouths, and I'm just like, who's doing that?
there's somebody out
Who
there.
is having the time of their fucking life?
This is what they do in the commercials. So surely
Washing
it
the
does feel good.
Noxzema off your face, like,
Right.
like you idiots.
Yeah. So needless to say, she looks stupid.
She looks very stupid.
And even the angry princess must have thought that as well.
I
Because
know
she kept
she's
looking
like,
at her.
she's like,
looking
why
at
do
the
you
faucet.
why do you keep touching my water?
that's what she kept saying. I'm sorry. In
Really?
that faint voice. Yeah.
Yeah, she was.
She kept and that's why I was like, why is she sorry?
Oh, we still don't know. It doesn't matter.
so annoying.
It doesn't matter.
She's sorry because she's getting angry because she wants to kill her because she's taking her water.
Sure. I didn't get any of
That's
that.
as good as anything.
Well, anyway,
I guess.
she was going to go to stab her, it looked like. But then when Arthur comes in, her dad, he's like, yo, we got to get out of here. Find your brother and Maggie.
Well, because apparently Arthur believes Dennis enough to be like,
believes something.
we just got to, because he's
He's
just like,
this is crazy.
he's like, we got to get the fuck up out of this house. There's ghosts in the basement. He's like, what? I mean, that sounds crazy, but I don't want to be here either.
Yeah.
Since we're being honest.
It was enough for him to say, okay, you know what? It's creepy here.
I don't think he
so.
believed him. I think he was thinking that this was a scam.
No,
I mean,
I think he was thinking
believed. Well,
that there was something.
The urgency of which he tried
Yeah.
to find his family lets me believe that he thought they were in some kind of danger.
Well, yeah, the house was doing stuff
Yeah,
too.
so, I mean-
yeah, that was a clue.
But all the more reason why he should have been like, y'all just come in this room with me so I can sign some papers.
Yeah, we see like Bobby goes down to the basement. We see him kind of get scared by the little.
He's hearing voices saying,
Yeah, he's
come
hearing
here,
voices,
Bobby.
but he's
then
hearing separate voices. One voice is telling him to get the fuck out. The other voice is
Which we
is trying to
find
lure
later-
him in.
What we find later is his mother.
I would immediately
telling him,
left.
telling
Yeah.
him not to come down
His
there.
dead mama.
That was his mama.
But who hears stuff and decides, oh, I'm going to check it out. Oh, okay.
I'm gonna get that button. I'm gonna get that button for sure. It's gonna be so perfect. I'm a color coded white.
Because it always takes me back to Ashley. And when we used to watch
Yes.
those Lifetime movies,
No, but I
and then-
told you
and we
she-
were like, and Ashley, we'd all be saying, "Oh my gosh, who goes in there? Who does that?" And
I
then,
would.
and then no, she would say, "Well, I might want to investigate."
That's
just a
exactly
little."
what she took me to do that one time. with her baby.
Y'all cray.
We saw this house all boarded up. She's like, let's
Yeah.
go see what's over there.
So
It's like, oh my gosh.
all we know so far from Bobby is that he tripped,
Yeah.
and then we
Because
don't
he's riding a scooter
like an
down
idiot.
there.
Yeah, we don't see what happens to him, but
Bobby
he's gone
sees-
for pretty much the rest of the movie.
He sees the armless ghost. I guess that one was let out. It's a torso. separated
yeah,
from
the
the
wrap.
head.
Yeah.
I forget the name for that one.
The torso.
And then okay. Oh, and he also sees the woman that's bound. The bound woman. I think that's what it was. No, that wasn't her. It was a different one. Where she was like, I think she didn't have arms.
I don't know. It might have been the hanged woman or some shit like that. Maybe I don't know.
Probably. Yeah, that's what I think it is.
Either way, we don't know what happens to Bobby. He
You
disappears.
guys are really making me relive this. Literally, I went to bed and I scooched all up on your dad, like out close, and made sure I couldn't see over the covers and everything. I'm like, ugh, I hate watching scary movies.
It's
Yeah.
funny with scary movies. I can just I can watch one and all I have to do is I gotta lock it in the vault. I'm just gonna be like, okay, I forgot about
know
what
what
I
it
watched.
I can
I gotta
only
watch
I
happy
can
stuff
I
after
can only do that if they're
funny
memorable.
stuff.
Because a lot of times, a lot of horror movies, that's why I think it's one of the biggest hit or miss genre in all of movies, because there's 90% really bad ones and then 10% actually good ones, and then
So
50%
what
of
makes them good? What's
good is you're invested in the story and the
Yeah.
characters, they're memorable for something. Even as bad as like Friday the 13th, Jason is a iconic character and you won't forget him, even
Right,
if you've
yeah.
never seen another one,
Yeah.
even if you've never seen one,
Right.
because a lot of these kids have
That's
it
true.
and they know who
That's
he is.
true.
Yeah.
That makes it good because you are invested one way or another.
Yeah.
Then you have bad ones like every Amityville horror remake, and they're just okay, get to the point. Demon goes, haunted house.
Yeah.
Somebody do something. You know what I mean? 'Cause even we watched that one with Ryan Reynolds. I'm just like, this movie is taking
Ryan
way
Reynolds.
too, because he was in
Yeah.
one of the remakes. There's 100 of them. He was in one of them, and it was just this movie is taking way too long to tell me anything.
And those remakes were close.
They're all a year apart.
Yeah, I was like, what?
They were like, let's do it again.
Or I'm
When
sorry.
you want to do it again?
You want to see me do it
Whatever.
again?
You want to do it again? We don't got nothing going on.
It's like we want to make sure it doesn't die. In
Yeah,
the
we gotta get
memories, so.
Yep. But
Hey, we need to make sure another Paranormal Activity comes out.
actually, we do see what happens to Bobby. After he runs into the glass and falls. He sees
eats shit.
Yeah, he really ran into that glass. But he sees his mom.
Yeah,
and
he
he's
did
pretty
see his
scared.
mom.
He's backing
He's
up,
like,
and
"Mom."
she keeps walking towards him, and he keeps kind of scooting
Well,
backwards.
no,
but
he's right. He's right because she keeps going, Bobby, you have to get up out of here. I was like, well, then stop walking towards him because you're freaking the kid out.
Yeah.
You're not getting your point because she's like, Bobby, get up, run. You have to get out of the basement. But she keeps slowly walking towards her with her half burnt ass face. And he's like, you're my fucking dead mom. What do you,
Yeah.
how do you expect him to react? He reacted exactly how he should have.
What?
Like a scared kid.
Oh yeah,
He's
But
terrified.
he should have acted like a scared kid before he went down them dang stairs.
Well, yeah,
know.
but that's what I'm saying. If you saw that, if you saw somebody you know is dead, not somebody you were told is dead, that you
Right,
know
yeah.
is dead, walking towards you, ghost-like, trying to give you directions, he doesn't know what to fucking do.
But also, if I heard voices coming from the basement,
That was
I would
one of the
avoid
voices.
basement
No,
but I
I
would
wouldn't
avoid the
go-
basement
Oh, yeah, no,
altogether.
that's fair. But he
Nope.
didn't. He had to do, he's
yeah,
the melanin deficient.
Yeah.
They do weird shit.
yeah.
But at this point, when he falls, so he sees his mom, but also when he backs up, he looks to the side and sees Cyrus.
Oh yeah, and then that scene ends, and that's the last time you see Bobby.
Yeah, thank God. Kids in these movies,
Yeah, fuck Bobby.
they don't
at
need to
this
be
point.
here. They don't need to be here. They're only here for bait because they never die.
So back to everybody else. Arthur's stupid. It's
Arthur's
like,
dumb.
let's split up.
Yeah, they
The
decide.
best thing
They
you
all
do.
because he finds the daughter. They all figure oh, we have to get up out of here. Where's your brother? Oh, he was with Maggie. Maggie is like, nah, about that. Hey, he
She's
was.
like- and then to go with that guy, she's like, I don't know him.
Yeah, it's just like, all right, here we go. So he's explaining. Dennis is kind of explaining ghost rules. It's so fucking complicated.
Over the top.
I just don't understand it. Like it shouldn't be that complicated because they're ghosts. He was like, you trap them behind these doors, Latin writing, such and such and such and such. Also, I get these weird headaches because if I'm around ghosts, they just get worse. It's like, but you've been fine the majority of this movie, so clearly you're bullshitting about. You're exaggerating how these psychic headaches actually work, and it's so stupid. Yeah, I got Ghost of Cyrus in there. Dennis sees his own death because he's like fucking around with the walls and he's touching stuff, and he sees his own death, and he's just like, well, that sucks.
Yeah.
How can we avoid that?
Yeah, that stressed him out.
And then that's also when he shows Raw Digger Maggie Raw Digger that ghosts are real, because he's like, there's a ghost right there. She's like, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. He's like, put these glasses on, and she puts them on, and she sees this fucking big black ghost with spikes all on his shit.
Okay,
yeah.
this is
no,
where
they're not spikes. There's nails.
This is where it gets unrealistic, because in real life, she wouldn't have stared at it like she did.
Yeah,
she would have been like, she would have run into a wall trying to get the heck up out of there.
Yeah, because she does the freak out once, but then she puts them right back on and looks like, so what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, nah.
It's just,
Yeah. Mm-mm.
But so that's when Dennis sees the jackal is loose. And Kathy,
he said what he does. He says that the jackal is like, of all the ghosts, the jackal is the Charles Manson of all these ghosts, which I think is generous considering what the jackal actually is.
Yeah, the jackal
like,
he's not human.
No,
there's not a human in there.
She looks like the chick from The Exorcist with the thing around her head.
Yeah, she does. Yeah.
It's real lazy.
She's real fucking lazy. A little bit lazy. But Kathy, she's attacked by the jackal. Arthur's like, what the heck? What are you doing?
Fucked up.
Yeah.
And it is.
And this is where we
pretty
get
fucking hilarious.
Little boob bounce.
I was like, it isn't a horror movie till there's some titty showing, because all of a sudden they're like, she's getting clawed up, and then it's like, well, let's make sure we zoom in on the shirt.
Yeah,
and then the shirt's getting ripped up, and I'm like, yep, there it is, guys. Yep. That's what we all came for.
Throw it in there somewhere.
Yeah. If you have a horror movie and it's rated R, you got to have a boob somewhere. Yeah. And I mean, I think they had enough. Rated R? Yeah.
Oh.
Well, they had the ghost. Her titties were out the entire movie.
Oh, true.
Yeah, no shame in showing us these ghost titties.
No, especially in scary movies. It's even worse. The sexualization. Females.
Well, that's like Scream Queens and all that. There's a culture. There's a precedent for that. Like, even in 2001.
Yeah.
The precedent set. And even in 2022, the precedent will always be set for, like, that's why they're called, like, boob slashers or boob comedies, because that's what they're for. Like, they're just for that. Therefore,
why do I need that?
You don't, but teenagers do.
I don't think I needed it then either.
You don't.
What, teenage boys?
Teenage boys do.
I'm like,
there's a whole series of movies called American Pie. Who do you think the audience for that was?
I'm always like, if I want to see all this stuff, I would go watch porn or something like that.
No, but you got to have story and comedy and those kinds of things.
That's what's missing.
You're not getting that. You're not getting that there.
If I want the comedy, why do I need boobs?
So what happens now, Jonna?
Boobs. So this is when the PETA lady comes in. And
you guys keep calling her PETA lady.
Oh, she's fucking Han Solo,
the paranormal activist.
She's dressed. She is literally dressed like Han Solo in Empire Strikes Back, and it is the funniest fucking thing.
She is. Like, why?
She's even got his haircut. Like she's even got Han Solo's haircut.
Why did she have to dress like
something?
Yeah, probably another terrible movie like this.
More than likely, but I have seen and horribly acted as well.
Yeah, she is terrible.
I can recall.
I think I have too, and it was bothering me yesterday, but I didn't want to say it.
I was like, what is she from? I know
that's
her.
a good question.
So now everyone knows ghosts are real.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Now everybody gets it.
Everyone gets it now.
And so this is when did she explain things to him? No, she was
she's just like, we have to get out of here, blah blah blah. They kind of like they
she was
help
in the
her.
Army of Darkness.
That makes sense.
Okay.
That was her. Yeah. I don't know what else.
She was
so what do probably.
So Dennis and Maggie, they end up seeing
Matilda,
Oh, that
the
was her.
teacher.
She
Miss
was
Honey?
the teacher.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, 'cause she's bad in that, too.
Okay, yeah, she can act.
Okay.
But that's okay. That's where
You
it
said
was.
good. I said bad.
No, I said bad.
Okay, I thought you said she's good in that. I said no. She's
No.
she's
I
bad in
said
that.
she
She didn't
really
have to be
wasn't a
good.
good actress, but that's what I remember her from.
Yeah.
Okay.
the hair.
So, anyways, Dennis and Maggie, they see the boy with the arrow in his head, and they see the naked ghost, and the glass moves and blocks the jackal when they're chasing after, what's his name, Arthur, and the Peter lady's name is Kalina.
Kalina, yeah.
Yeah, Kalina, and
The
then
fuck it is.
So this is where they meet up, and she explains the book about the machine designed by the devil and powered by the dead.
God, that's so
and
stupid.
and her goal here, she explains to him, like, she snuck in through a door that opened and it's closed
Yeah.
now.
Also so
and it's
stupid.
amazing. Like how she happened to have the most perfect timing
You know
to
what?
get into that opening.
You know what I hate about a lot of stuff? Like, there are good stories where they do stuff like that, where like, oh, this thing created by the devil or whatever, if you're doing like a horror story and stuff like that. And then there's just like bullshit. This machine like you're telling me that the devil was down in hell engineering, like, yeah, we got to make sure all the gears work here. Yeah. Oh, and this has to work here. Yeah. It's like,
I pictured that too.
I did. That's the first thing I thought. It's the first thing I was like, this is so stupid. Your story, Kalina, is dumb. You would be better off just telling me that there's an ancient ritual and not having to try to explain, oh, created by the devil, built by demons, and some stupid shit like that. Like, powered by ghost? Ooh, why? Why do you have a machine that's powered by ghost? And then
Because
we
that's
never
the way the
actually
devil
understand
designed it.
what it's for. That's the worst part.
No, she did. She said it gives people, whoever gets it, unimaginable power.
Knowledge.
No, she
And
said power.
No, because then she said knowledge, and then she goes, because knowledge is power. It's like it's fucking Schoolhouse Rock. But that is still like the dumbest thing ever, because what does that mean?
Who knows?
Like, if you're going to give me stakes, make me at least understand why this machine needs to be stopped. There's no reasoning. Like, all Arthur cares about is the kids. He doesn't
Right.
give a shit about this machine. He doesn't care if it gets stopped. He's just lucky. They're
That's
just
why
happy
he
it
was
did.
like- he's like, oh, why do I want to help you? I just want to get my family and stuff like that. And then she was like, well, because I'm the only one that could figure this out and help you get out.
He's
so
like,
you're
well,
gonna help me first,
I guess-
and then I'll help you.
Yeah. So
I guess you're right, Han Solo.
So he agrees, and then all of a sudden they look back, and Kathy disappears.
Right.
God damn it. How?
I know, convenience, right? You
Not
look
even just
away.
that. She didn't say anything. She didn't scream, didn't
Yeah.
grunt, did nothing. She just ghosted like a fucking ninja.
Yeah, who grabbed her up?
Cyrus.
Just randomly behind her
Apparently.
Yeah, and he was stealthy as hell.
Yeah.
Apparently.
with that cane and everything.
Yeah.
This old ass man.
Yeah. Okay, so Dennis
Piece of
gets
shit.
trapped in a room with the juggernaut.
Not yet.
Oh no, not the juggernaut. What's the one with the bat?
I don't remember. That's the Scorn Lover or something like that. I don't
No,
know.
that's
I've been
not the
calling
Scorn
it.
Lover.
I just have him in my notes as James Dean Goes. 'Cause,
he
Got it. I have to
he
scroll.
does put you in that mind.
I have to
yeah, he gets
scroll.
into it with James Dean Goes, and she's basically trying to like give him like instructions on how to maneuver.
Oh
and,
yeah, because he can't see.
Yeah, and it works.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's the firstborn son, I think.
Oh no, that's the little boy. Is the first one. The boy with the
no,
the arrow.
he is
No.
No, she wrote it down.
he's the where is
What is it?
shit? He's the torn prince.
No, that's
No,
the,
James
oh,
Dean
yeah,
is a torn
yes,
prince.
yes.
James Dean is
Yeah,
a torn
torn
prince.
prince.
Torn
right.
prince, and then the other one's the firstborn son.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, we're all here.
Exactly
We're all here.
Like I said.
Fair enough for
Whatever.
somebody who was like, I can't watch.
Yeah, but it seems like not a lot.
All right.
But he gets trapped in the room with that ghost or whatever, and he's like dodging.
Well, because Raw
swings
Digger
from the
is
back.
giving him the move to the left, move to the right, give him another left,
She's out of
uppercut.
glasses.
Yeah, I do,
by the
kid.
way. But he gets away. He slips through the glass, blocks the ghost, and then they end up running into the mom and that big baby. What is the story behind them?
It's like okay
they look
on
gross.
the
They look
DVD. It's
disgusting.
something like she was just gross and he just fed. She just kept feeding him and treating him like a baby. He's not a baby, by the way. He's a fucking
So
grown
he's
ass
an adult
adult.
baby.
And yeah, he was like, I think they were like killed by the town for being freaks. And they're like, I'm gonna watch him after when we get done with this, because I think it is interesting how they gave them backstories, which I'm sure was an afterthought.
More than likely.
But I'll take it because it's something. Fuck.
So adult babies must have been a thing for a while.
And I think it was more like extremely overprotective, oversheltered mom in that situation.
Yeah.
Adult baby.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's her. It has to start somewhere.
Yeah.
If she's feeding into it, it's not his thing. It's her thing, and he doesn't know any better because he probably never seen the outside world.
True.
Yeah, and they didn't have TV back then.
True. But so what happens at this point? They run into each other again.
Oh well, they meet the jackal again. Goddamn.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Arthur gets fucked up this time. He gets fucked up in like the stupidest way. He's just standing there, and it's like,
His back. Didn't he try to jump over somebody? He's trying to stop somebody else from getting messed up.
I don't remember.
Oh, he tries to save Kalina, I think, at this point, and gets scratched by the jackal, didn't he?
I don't know. He just gets fucked up by the jackal, and then they get away again because they trap it in another glass. Just conveniently happens to move in the way again.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
another thing.
God, that's why I said it's so irritating.
it was it's like these glass doors or whatever were randomly just coming through.
Yeah.
Were they corridors? I don't even
fucking
know. It
man.
was just
Everything
weird.
just
Everything was moving.
But there was
in
no
this
rhyme or
house.
reason to the
Yeah.
majority of it.
Yeah, true.
Like the opening of the cubes to get the ghost out, understand. They even say that, like, oh, the plan is we get the ghost out, the such and such is gonna lead them to the center, and ghost shit happens. But it's like, okay, I get that. Why is the rest of the shit shifting and fucking sliding all day? Like, it doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What Mario Brothers level is this? Like, what are you talking about? It's freaking
Donkey
ridiculous.
Kong.
Yeah, it's
But,
stupid.
This is when Kalina informs him that the fourth ghost is his wife.
Whoa.
Yeah, and then she kind of just makes what's his name have to like, first she's like, did you tell
Oh
him
yeah,
about the
it's one
fourth
of those.
ghost?
He was like, "No, man, don't you do this to me, man. He's been through enough already, man." He's like, "Tell me what? What are you guys talking about? Your wife is the fourth ghost." Oh man, he's like, "What do you mean?" He's like,
Wait,
We'll
what?
say when people die, they be the ghost thingy, right?
He said, wait, what?
He did. It really was a wait what moment. He's like, wait, what? He's like, look, man, Cyrus set the whole thing up, man. I didn't even know she was your wife, man. I didn't even know who you were, man.
That's when you realize that at that point that not only did he plan all this other stuff, but that Cyrus actually was responsible for his wife dying.
Well,
That's-
no, this is not where we find that out, though.
Oh, well, no.
Well,
you're
this is
right.
where I found it out.
I mean, if you put things together, sure. But
this is where we found
I'm
it
saying
out.
because
This is-
Homeboy said that now later on it
I'm sorry.
reinforces
It wouldn't
no,
have.
no,
it
he
wouldn't
didn't
have taken
say
me
that.
very long to
Nah.
figure that shit out.
But at this point, this is when she explains the whole house is the machine that trapped the ghost. Well, that have the ghost trapped or whatever. And she names all the ghosts. She goes through and says the 13 ghosts.
We learned this already. We went through this already.
And she's no. This is the first time.
Oh, this is the first time,
This
yeah.
is the first time. And she goes,
Alright.
firstborn son. That's the one with the arrow in his head. The torso. That's the one that's got his head separated from his torso, separated from the rest of his body. The bound woman. She's locked in the wood.
Yeah.
What name for it?
Yeah.
That's
That's
right,
what? No, I do, and I can't remember it right now, and it's now
So I
it's gonna
looked at
fucking
you.
bother me. I do know.
Isn't that the guillotine?
No,
No,
that's not a guillotine.
Guillotine is with the.
That's
Oh,
where you
where
put
the
your.
thing
But that's
oh.
actually God. Just
similar.
go.
It
It's
is
gonna
similar.
bother me.
But that's the
Well, no,
bound
it's not
woman.
even. It's not for death. It's literally just for like
Yeah,
locking people up.
Yeah, and then you got the withered lover, and that's the fourth one. That's his wife. And
She
then,
is withered.
and they got the torn prince. That's the one with the bat.
James Dean,
Angry princess is the naked one.
tits ghost.
Pilgrimess.
Wait, what?
Pilgrimess is the one that's like that was hung, I guess.
Okay,
Great child and dire mother. That's the big baby.
and midget lady. Yeah.
Great child.
Gross tandem.
The hammer is the one with the nails in his head.
Railroad worker go wrong.
The jackal. The jackal has the cage around his head.
Exorcist lady.
Oh, Are we referring it to a lady or as a man? Because
Were
I wasn't
we?
quite
Wait,
sure.
were you? I was under the
I
impression
was-
that
it
was
was
an
a
ex. That was a lady.
Me too.
I kind of felt like it was a dude.
I don't know. It gave me feminine features in the face,
Yeah.
even all ghosty.
It was the hair, huh?
No,
no, it was the face.
It's the
I thought the
face.
face
It was the face.
It does.
gave-
That's why he said it looked like what's the name in
the
Exorcist. It did.
It looked just like when she was possessed or whatever.
Yeah.
It looked like the same. All the only thing different was the little box on the head.
We'll see about that.
You will
Then
see about nothing.
The
I
last
saw
one
that.
she names is the Juggernaut, and that's the one that they captured in that junkyard.
Andre the Giant.
And so she explains, he's like, wait, that's 12. And she explains that Arthur is the 13th one
So
if he
fucking stupid.
sacrifices himself to set the kids free.
It's so stupid. She's like, this is because the machine apparently won't, the doors won't open until the machine does what it needs to do, and they need a 13th ghost, which is so stupid. It's so convenient because he's like, you need the person who's essentially lost everything but has everything to gain or lose or something stupid and also incredibly vague. That could
Yeah.
be anybody. It could be anyone in this whole house right now.
Yeah, but in this case,
It just happens to be Arthur.
yeah.
He was like, ugh. And she's like, Arthur, man, you don't have to do this, man. You don't have to do this at all, man. He's like, no, I think I do now. You're right. I am the 13th. I was like, dude, you just heard this bullshit. You don't have to believe it just because she said it. It's so
Yeah.
dumb.
And Kalina, she's got some TNT. Who knows what the hell she was going to do
Dynamite.
with that at that point. And so here they go, splitting up. You
Oh,
got-
my God. Also, power of love.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's what keeps people going. Power of
That's
love.
twice.
Power
That's
of
twice.
love.
There's 2 episodes in a row we're dealing with the power of love.
Yep.
I don't like it.
Love is powerful.
So the Dennis
Yeah,
and
right.
Arthur.
A bullet will kill that.
No.
Take that
Dennis
bullet.
and Arthur, they carry one of the doors. Somehow they got it off. Who knows how?
Well, they just found one. They were like, "Oh, look, this door isn't attached to anything."
It's like if that was the case, I would
Because
have just
they
started
didn't,
taking down
they didn't
doors.
like pull it from anything. They were just like, "Here's a door."
Yeah, I was
Let's
like,
just-
where did they get that
Let's
door?
just use this one, I guess.
And if they unscrewed it or somehow, I would have done that with everything in this house just to get out.
Right.
I would have had a better idea. Does it have to be a door, or is it the Latin writing? Because I would have found
It's a Latin writing.
then I would have found something that I could like tie to me and just had it written all over me like a fucking pillow mattress,
Yeah.
like armor. And I've just been walking around like that. Like, yeah, touch
True.
me now, motherfucker. You
right?
can't. You can't.
Just copy some of the writing. That's pretty smart.
Or put it. They've been using these like road flares to like stop them.
Right.
But if the
Why?
Latin writing is so powerful, put it on a bullet, pull it on an arrow, put it on a sword, put it on anything.
True, right?
I put it on
'Cause then you
pencil
could
and just
kill
start
them.
stabbing the shit out of these
Well,
motherfuckers.
her thing was she wanted to free the ghost.
Well, yeah.
Of course.
Crisscross. She's evil.
Yes. Spoiler alert.
It's
So
not even a good spoiler. Get
Dennis and Arthur carry the door, and the
dressed
ghost
like
is
Han Solo.
the ghost, the one with the bat. What's it? The
James
first-
Dean Ghost.
Yeah, and he's hidden it or whatever, and you see Kalina and Maggie. They're in the basement machine room.
Well, they run him into like the wall and he's just done.
oh yeah, huh? And what
Yeah.
happened to him?
Yeah, he just disappeared.
That's
Ghost
it.
stuff.
You got Kalina and Maggie. They go down to the basement machine room, and Cyrus comes in, and you got Maggie. She's tripping. She's like, "What the heck? Another ghost or whatever?" But that's not a ghost because she don't even have her glasses on at this point.
Yeah, she takes them off.
Oh yeah.
And then
That's
she's
why.
like, and then she sees that, oh, he's still here. Guess what? Crisscross. Cyrus wasn't dead this whole time.
And
Oh my
Kalina
God.
you think she was gonna attack Cyrus, but she just knocks Maggie out.
With the book.
Yeah, sure.
People get knocked out really easily in movies.
Yes,
like
they
it's
do. I used to
Yeah.
think it was that easy.
it's not. Like there's a movie, I think it's Lock, Stock, and a Smoking Barrel, where Jason Statham is trying to knock this dude out and he keeps hitting him and he won't
Oh,
like
yeah,
knock
yeah,
out.
yeah.
And he was like, you just got to keep hitting him harder. And he was like, all right, and it just keeps
Yeah.
going. And it's just so stupid because, like, yeah, that's more accurate. You're not just gonna get hit once and just be knocked out. Like,
Yeah.
you got hit with a leather bound book from this 110-pound woman. Like, come on,
Yeah.
you from Jersey? That ain't happening.
That wouldn't have happened.
Exactly.
That's
That ain't going
Noah's fate.
down.
She would have turned around and walked her so bad.
And then we never see her again till the end.
Yeah, she also Kalina, she's like, you see her and she looks at Cyrus and she starts making out with him.
Ew, gross. I was like, you know what? And I was pretty fucking stupid.
Especially with all that blood.
I didn't dawn on me that I thought maybe he was like a special ghost.
Yeah,
that's what I thought too.
And I was like,
first.
Yeah.
But then, okay,
she's
so-
into some weird
So
shit.
this brings things into play because why does he still have that blood on him?
Well,
and stuff? Did this just happen in the same night or the night before? And
No,
he just kept this-
my guess is that he is dressing up for the part in case anybody saw him.
Oh,
That's the
smart.
only
Okay.
explanation. Because otherwise, why would you do it if you didn't think anybody was going to see you? Like when he took the kids, maybe he was like, all right, somebody might see me turn around and get a good glimpse at me. I got to look like a ghost so I can freak him out, at least have an advantage of some sort.
right.
Because it worked even with when he's talking to Arthur. He thought he was a ghost. He was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
His blood comes right off. Like it's so stupid because he's like, oh, do you got my stuff? He's like, yeah, I got your stuff. I got your little Latin chants. Guess what? I put them on a fucking disc. Ah! So, you don't have to do it by, words. You just let it play now. And then they play it. Then all the ghosts, well, not yet because...
No, at this point, you got the nailhead ghost is attacking Dennis and the juggernaut.
Well, he also puts Arthur in between the glass. He was like,
Yeah.
I'm going to do some sacrificing stuff right now. Be real heroic.
Yeah, and he did that.
Oh, what's his name?
Dennis.
Yeah.
And Arthur's behind the glass just watching him get his ass beat.
Because he can't do anything.
And Dennis, the juggernaut picks him up like sideways.
Yeah.
And he
I was
snaps
so
him on the
mad
corner.
because you told me
Yeah.
that
The way I
pretty much
remembered
when-
it.
I forgot he died.
The way I remembered it, I did. I forgot he died because my memory of this movie is that all of the main characters survive, which is irritating as hell because they do.
They do.
For the most part, except for Dennis. Dennis
for
doesn't.
him.
Dennis
Yeah.
doesn't survive. But I was like, yeah, everyone survives in this movie because I remember at the end being like, huh.
He looked cool with it though. He looked like he was put out of his misery.
Well, yeah, that's. I mean,
Okay,
no
I
more
guess
psychic.
That's one way of looking at it.
I mean, yeah. But yeah, Dennis gets snapped and
Ew.
Cyrus uses the kids. You see the tape recorder
Well-
calls out the ghost.
We find out that. So we do this when we find out from Cyrus talking to Kalina because he's an idiot and we need so much exposition in this
Oh
movie.
yeah.
That he planned the whole thing. And then he just leaves Kalina there and she gets squashed by the plates.
Terrible CGI, by the way.
That was so bad. It was so bad. It looked like somebody made like the worst doll ever. It's like Play-Doh.
Yeah.
It looked so stupid. And then even before that, she explains the whole thing again.
Yeah.
Before she dies, she literally explained what she already explained. And I'm like, we just did this.
Yep.
You just told me about this. She even names off all of the characters again.
This is after the tape recording calls the ghost,
Yeah.
and Arthur sees his wife. They're all in a circle, and Cyrus. Oh yeah. At this point, Arthur sees his kids in the middle of that spinning circle floor.
And they're
that
like,
the ghosts are surrounding.
Dad, help, we're stupid.
Yeah, and that's when he's looking around the thing, and that's when she's naming him off. Like in his head, he's got that inner monologue with her voice.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, we did this. We already did this. We don't need you to do it again. God
And they didn't need to
damn it.
reiterate because all he had to do was count the ghosts, and he could be like, "Wait, there's not 13 here."
Well, because
Or,
they
oh, no,
told
no.
him he was the 13th.
Yeah, but I don't know why he was counting like he was.
Because we just needed more exposition for this movie.
Yeah,
Because there's no reason for him to be like, oh, that's the such and such, and that's the such. Like, no, none of that is important. We went through all that shit
'cause
again.
None of us would. Well, you wrote it down. I was about to say
Yeah.
because none of us are gonna remember that.
So Cyrus is like he's talking shit to Arthur, and he's like, yeah, I'm still alive. Whoa, bitch. He was like, yeah, I set everything up. I needed your wife to die so that you could be like super heartbroken and be the 13th ghost. He's like, so, destiny and all that. And he was like, no. Well, I gotta do it. Why don't you be your own fucking 13th ghost, you bitch? And then something happened. I don't know. The ghost turned on him. I don't know what happened.
Oh, at this point, that's when Maggie, she's in the
This
little,
is racist. I'm not
I
gonna
know.
fucking hold you on this one.
the little machine room, and she starts
All of a sudden, it
using
starts
all the
mixing.
stuff as a scratcher.
But it is.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Okay, well maybe
No.
wait. Maybe it's less racist, and it's just trying to pay homage to the fact that
No.
she is a rapper.
It's still a little racist.
No,
It's still-
regardless, she could have just been a black person.
'Cause it's like-
She could've done this to her.
It would have been so much better if she started doing that, and you just hear the Latin going. Like it didn't have to be like
Okay, stop. Oh.
you don't like my Latin? Espiritu Sante. I know a little Latin. I could probably perform an exorcist. I've seen enough Supernatural to figure it out.
Petroleum Leviosa.
That's wizardry, which will also get you exercise if you're not careful.
That'll give me some gas. What are you talking about?
It's petroleum.
Let's see. Oh yeah, so she purposely fucks stuff up.
She doesn't know what she's doing, by the way, and I love that.
Yeah, but the machine room basically it explodes.
Well, yeah, that's what happens. So she fucks it up. So the ghosts are like, "Huh, we don't have to listen to this anymore." And then they're like, "Oh look, it's Cyrus, that son of a bitch.
He's the one who trapped us in here."
And then they like just throw him into the machine, and he gets all chopped up and shit. Yeah. And then the house This plan is dumb from the beginning. So Arthur's plan is to jump into the center and get his kids, and that's it. That was the whole plan.
What if you got chopped up? Then your blood's all over your kids, and they're traumatized for life.
Then the house goes tits up, which is exactly how I put it in my notes. And the ghosts go free, which.
And then you see
I don't know if that's a good thing.
Then you see the jackal running around.
Oh, she's fucking happy as
just
fuck.
Skipping and stuff.
I was like, we may have made a mistake.
Everybody else looked at peace. The jackal looked like he was ready.
Right? They're all like, finally, we could just die. And Jackal is like, no. No.
I'm about to cause some.
There's going to be a sequel
trouble.
if you'll allow it.
Yeah, that is, yeah.
And then, and they even asked him, like, Dad, what the hell were you going to do? He's like, I don't know. I was just trying to help my kids. I was like, that is stupid. You need a plan, sir.
Yeah.
In defense of him, under duress, not much time, planning.
I mean, look, all I'm going to say is
already tired of shit.
We know that he could think under pressure because he was like, all right, I can get this pattern of these blades down and jump in between at just the right time. But all of a sudden, he was like, I didn't know what I was going to do. Honestly, this is fucking crazy. We just got lucky.
He might be able to play double dutch because for real.
But he was like, because he was basically just like looking at them like, honestly, I was ready to sacrifice this whole family. It's like, but what luck. Maggie fucked around and saved the day.
Yep.
And then Maggie quits.
Yeah, that's it. That's literally
like, I'm going
the
back
end.
to Jersey.
That's literally the end.
Maggie quit. She's like, I'm tired of this shit.
She's going back to Newark of all places.
White people.
And that was the end of that.
Yeah, and that was
the end. That was a terrible ending. It was a very bad ending. And then we have a 13 Ghost rap song by Raw Digga, which is actually good because it's Raw Digga. What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
it's better than like when you get like generic ass rappers to try to do like themed songs, and they be bad.
That's so funny because it makes me think of Scooby Doo. I get like at the end of those movies because JJ's been watching them on repeat. At the end of those movies, it's got some, I don't know, they're probably white people. And
because the only one, because they got the
sure
Outkast joint with "Land of a Thousand Drums," which is a dope song.
But there was a different
one.
But
there was probably there was one. But even like, I think it's 3-6 Mafia who does the one on those newer Ninja Turtle movies, and that shit sucks.
Yeah,
that shit sucks.
I've yet to hear it.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yikes!
Kids love it, but kids are stupid.
Aren't they ever?
Yeah.
All right, Mom, go ahead. Let's go.
Stupid.
Let's go. Thoughts, recommendations.
This is tough for me.
This was like level one of scariness.
I mean, she's seen some before though.
Yeah,
back in her day.
Yes, I have.
Now she's a baby.
To be honest, so this movie, like I said, it was choppy. It was very choppy. You know how it just, I swear it went from scene to scene like a freaking 8-track tape. It was like clunk.
It does feel that
clunk, way. Just, okay, we're over here. Clunk, we're over here. Clunk, and it just, there was nothing, so what is it? Nothing melded together into a cohesive story. And so it was all over the place, to be honest. It was all over the place from the very beginning. So that was kind of hard to follow. It was just like, okay, I'm just looking at random stuff happen. And now you're getting people's explanations, like you say, it's been over explained. Yeah. See, it's like a good movie.
Poorly.
And still poorly, because a good movie doesn't have to literally explain every single thing. The movie, if it is put together well, you can do some explaining, and then it's going to kind of like, work in unison with it. It was not doing any of that. So, I mean, I'm trying to find the redeeming Raw Digger pretty much was the redeeming quality in this movie. She was the comedy relief. She had, good timing. Actually, her acting was as good as anybody in here, to be honest. I mean, so in reality, that was the best part of it. So I'm going to have to give this like a 2, and only because I'm just sure there's something worse.
Wow. That's bad.
I agree. Like, this movie is one of those ones where I think I remembered it differently originally.
Yeah.
And now that I'm watching it again, I'm just like, I must have, I'm almost certain I hated it then too. And I just
you just
forgot.
couldn't remember you blanked it out.
I just forgot that I hated it. But because this doesn't seem like the kind of movie that would interest me anyway.
Right.
But it is one of those ones where people are always like, it's a cult classic. It has a cult following. People are like, 13 Ghosts. It's like, it's fucking garbage. Like, this is why, like, you can't listen to people when they say stuff like this, because they have those nostalgia glasses on. This movie came out in 2001, and it's just like, the effects weren't that good. We didn't spend shit time with any of these ghosts, really. Like, that's a huge bummer.
They were just moving in and out.
A movie called 13 Ghosts, and the majority of them we see in glimpses. Like, it's just, you have ghosts. Why are we spending so much time on tits ghosts? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, you just said
tits.
Yeah, you just said it.
Fucking tits ghosts, man.
Tough titties, Turkleton.
Literally right now. But it's just like, other than that, like, the only redeeming qualities, like, Rod Digger, Matthew Lillard is always pretty good and stuff.
Yeah.
Tony Shalhoub did a decent job. It still feels like he was kind of phoning it in.
Yeah.
This lady dressed as Han Solo had me laughing. That's funny. But it's just like, other than that, this movie doesn't have any, like, it's not rewatchable for me. I'm not gonna seek this one out again. So I'm also gonna give it a 2.
Okay. Wow. You guys suck.
This was her pick.
Sorry about that. But how I feel about it, yes, I feel like transitions were definitely not. They weren't seamless,
and not at all.
And I realized even the timing for scenes and stuff like that, they were kind of out of whack. They could have been. The order
calibrated better.
Yeah. And then I agree. Movie does not hold up like it did once before, but also, this is probably one of the first scary movies I had seen when I was younger.
Yeah.
So it's got that hold on me. I'm sure, like, with a lot of other people in my age range have seen this, when they were too young to should have seen this movie.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say this. I think what I like about it is not something what I had seen from other scary movies, and in that time, it's different. It kind of modernized paranormal, where paranormal movies, you see them, it's usually like you're in an old house or something like that. Well, this is different. It was more kind of modern like house, and so it didn't have to be like, ooh, creepy house,
creepy old house.
It
creepy, was a creepy new house.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, I was like, it's still a creepy ass house,
but it's creepy for not the obvious, creepy house.
It's not the norm creepy house.
I don't know. That's a house of a nigga that killed people.
But that's what.
Well,
that's what
did.
I find. But that's what I find interesting. I think that's what I.
And then
like
went and hunted them as ghosts. Like, what
Yeah.
kind of craziness is that?
That's what I think is interesting about that compared to other scary movies, and especially in that time. When it comes to paranormal stuff. So I liked it. So. Screw you guys' opinions. I'm going to give it a 5.
I don't know if that's like. That's tolerate.
So it's on the lower end of 5.
All right.
Lowest.
Well, we got that one out the way, Mom. I think we're still waiting on your pick.
I know.
So
I guess I'm going to be last.
Mine is a family favorite. For one more person in particular,
you should just go full scary. Just say
full
scary.
Because I kind of want to do this. I think this is a fun one to talk about. It's going to be. I haven't seen it in its entirety in a really long time, so it's going to be interesting to see how it holds up and how it's fares today and stuff like that. And it's Beetlejuice.
Okay,
Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. All right. So, does anybody got anything?
Nope. I'm just glad that one's over.
Yeah, we got to
And
wait
the
for you to
last
pick
choice
one.
is mine.
You should have chose a really
Nah, I couldn't do it.
You know what? You.
We're doing it next time.
You.
No excuses. You can't.
Hey,
back
what
out.
about the Seaman?
No, not that
You talking about Candyman? Wait, you don't like Candyman?
one.
What's wrong with Candyman? I said it 3 times, guys. It's too late. I already said it. Just because you drowned it out.
You have to be in a
doesn't-
bathroom in a mirror. Okay.
I said, what are you stressing out over?
Still, don't be saying.
On that
name.
note, guys. Hey, I got hope.
Peace out.